Alrighty, welcome in the Chalk Talk Social. It is Friday, March 27th. MLB season is officially live. We got opening day. Iman's dancing. You were also right, E. You said North Carolina, get Hubert Davis' ass out of here. And the next day, they went and sent him right
Pink
on.
slip.
Pink slipped his ass. He's gone.
I tell you every time, Austin, we not getting a bunch of views, but we getting the right views. And certain people is listening to what we got going on, and they is following what we say do. No, hold on now. We're going to get to it later. Don't act like you ain't see my Nationals do something day one when I told you hey now.
You
That's
did
2
say
for 2 last episode, baby.
you're not riding hot. Hopefully, you play some bets. But yeah, you're riding hot there. And then, we also got a little championship preview in the NBA with the Celtics. They proved that they can handle the Thunder. They handled them to the first loss in like a month. So, Celtics, we've been saying they're for real. Don't sleep on them in the East. They're easily the favorite out of the East. And what do? They just ran up on the best in the West, best in the NBA. So Celtics, man, we've been saying it. I mean, it's pretty obvious that that's a dominant basketball team. But today we are joined by a New York Mets fan. It's a diabolically passionate fan base. So excited to get their take on what we got going on today. So then we'll get into some news desk stuff with Joey. But why don't we kick it off? Go right into the New York Mets fan. We got Brian joining the show. So Brian, how are we doing, man? Opening day has come and gone. How are you feeling about those Mets?
I feel great, man. How can you not feel good about, putting away Paul Skeens in the first inning? I mean, this is the Mets team that's a lot different than what we're used to, but hey, it's all good on opening day at least.
That's beautiful. And for context, Brian does a lot of editing for Sidelinr. So one of Sidelinr's best, no doubt about it, behind the scenes, making things go around. So Brian, just shout it out. We appreciate everything you do here in the biggest way. And your baseball knowledge and your editorial knowledge has been significant for us. So no slouch to the game. But why don't you give us a little bit of insight into what's going to make this Mets team kind of go forward this season, get over last season's woes to end it? Are you feeling more encouraged? Do you think they went in the right direction? Where are you at?
I really think the Mets have a really strong chance to win the National League East this year, to win the National League. I mean, it's tough to beat the Dodgers without anything, but this is a team that's got a lot of new faces. I miss Pete Alonso. I miss Brandon Nimmo. I still miss Jacob deGrom, but this is a team that has a lot of great talent on it, and the lineup 1 to 9 is really solid. The rotation is solid. Bullpen's a little bit of a question mark, but this is a team that should compete every night and be one of the top teams in the National League.
Yeah, and obviously Noel McClain coming out. The young rook was my favorite for Rookie of the Year from the last episode. I think he's going to be an ace in the sport in absolutely no time. Do you have someone you're kind of under? Obviously there's the superstars and everyone's watching that, and Bo Bichette comes over and all that. There's someone that people should be paying more attention to on this Mets team that could possibly be a big difference maker this year for them.
I mean, get ready for Carson Bench. He had a home run in his first game as a Met this year. He's playing right field. He's moved Juan Soto over to left field. He's used to be a two-way player, but now is solely focused on hitting. And he's a top prospect, man. He could definitely be a 20-homer guy, fill the void that Brandon Nimmo kind of left when he moved on to Texas. Really talented cat, great arm, great eye. Really, really good player. If Nolan McLean's not the Rookie of the Year in the National League, he's got a shot at it.
I was gonna say when we did the episode the other day, it was between McLean and Benj is like my two guys. I was really close to picking Benj. He looks like he's got a lot of potential. He started hot, right? He got the home run right away in opening day with the ribbies and 1 for 3. So great start, best you can ask for from a top prospect. So he's looking in form right away. But we know you're running short on time. So we want to get right into it because we do this with every fan. Your all-time Mets lineup, and this thing is going to be stacked if I know this Mets team. So why don't we go ahead, just get into it with that. Let's start at catcher. Who you got behind the dish catching all time for the Mets?
It's got to be Mike Piazza. There's lots of great catchers in Mets history, but only one Hall of Famer. He's the guy. When you think of a Mets catcher, you got to think of him first.
God, is Piazza awesome. Also one of the coolest names in baseball history. One of the coolest looks in baseball history. And when he was repping that black Mets uni, those are good days, simpler times. I love Piazza. All right. Over at first base, who we got?
It's probably got to be Keith Hernandez. I mean, it's tough. You got Pete Alonso. You got some other great players at Crane Pool back in the day, but you got to go with Alonso as maybe like the DH for this team. Keith Hernandez, awesome defensive player, could hit for average, could hit for some power, ahead of his time, always on base. He's the guy at first.
So is that gonna mean you're putting in a DH? We're putting Alonso straight to the DH spot?
Yeah, move him over there. I think that there's a couple of good contenders, but he's the guy. I mean, nobody's hit 50 home runs as a Met like this guy. He's definitely all power. We're going to miss him playing in
Mm-hmm.
Baltimore, but yeah, he's got to be the DH for this team.
I mean, Mets all-time leader in home runs. How can you not? And he's got to be right there at the top 3 all-time in ribbies as well. So just one of the greatest
Yep.
hitters in team history. All right, right next to him, second base. Who you picking?
Edgardo Alfonso. If you're a true Mets fan, you've got love for this guy. He was always hitting for average. Solid guy up the middle for the team for so many years. Definitely one of my favorites growing up.
Wow. And now that you're saying this, so I'm kind of familiarizing this. 292 career average is no joke over 1,086 games. The dude could slash baseballs. Yeah. Holy crap. Not much for a home run hitter, but wow, did he get on base? 367 yep. OBP. Wow. Okay. Next to him at shortstop, who you got?
I don't know how you go with anybody other than Francisco Lindor. He's got the arm, he's got the power, he's got the average, he's got the glove, he's everything. And Mets have had some okay shortstops in the past, but he's the guy.
Now I'm going to challenge you. Why not Jose Reyes?
Well, aside from being canceled, I think that Lindor is a better overall player. Reyes had that speed. He was so much fun to watch when he was a Met. But, Lindor he does everything, man. He's the face of the franchise, and he's going to keep doing it for a couple more years. Reyes was a great ball player. I really loved watching him growing up, but Lindor does it all, man. He's everything.
Okay. I no hate at all. Lindor is a hell of a baseball player. All right. Third base, who you got there?
There is no question. Got to be the captain, David Wright, greatest Mets player of all time, offensively at least. He's the man. He's as much New York Mets as anybody else who's ever played for the team. So he's got to be the third baseman. Would have had a Hall of Fame career if it weren't for the back injury, but still a hell of a ball player and can do, again, hits for power, hits for average, pretty solid defender, and just the most Mets player that there could be.
Yeah. There's no thinking or talking Mets without mentioning David Wright, like all-time leader in RBIs, hits, runs scored for the team, 296 career average. The dude is just like, let's get him a statue somewhere real soon. He's got a statue outside the stadium yet? If not, we need to make that happen.
No, he's been pretty low key since coming back to the team, and he's due for one, and it'll be good to have one eventually for him.
Absolutely. I agree. All right. Into the outfield. Why don't we just kick it over to left field? Who we putting out there?
So I had a tough time with this because I wanted to go with Cleon Jones. That dude was amazing for the 69 Mets. That kind of set the whole thing off for us. But it's going to be Juan Soto. I know it's only been a year. He is an otherworldly hitter. He is so good. And he's going to be the cornerstone of the team for a long time. He's already done it all before becoming a Met. He's the left field man. That's you just got to get used to it. He'll be there for 15 years.
Yeah, the fact that he's still as young as he is and he's already on this Hall of Fame trajectory is just insane. How good of a baseball player that cat is. So yeah, 1 year not, can't blame you. He's one of the best for a reason. All right, center field, what you got?
Speaking of the Hall of Fame, it's Carlos Beltran. A lot of people hated on him when he first came over. They thought he was overpaid. They thought he was maybe a little bit arrogant, but his contract was worth every piece. He played an amazing center field. He hit all the time. Yeah, you've got the big strikeout in the 2006, but he was a classic Mets player, and he did everything for that team. He got a bad rap, and maybe deserved it later on when he was with the Astros, but the best center fielder in Mets history by far.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about a guy who almost had 3,000 career hits, just under 450 career homers, and almost 1,600 career RBIs. Like, this is an incredible baseball player, whether you overpaid or not. Like, you're talking about one of the greatest to ever play the game. Like, 280 career average with the Mets, I believe. So, absolutely money there. And then right field, who we putting out there?
Darryl Strawberry. Again, synonymous with the Mets, the most Mets, 1980s, everything good, everything bad. That's the dude. And again, when I first became a Mets fan, when I was back in the 1980s, this was the only guy I was interested in, him and Doc Gooden. And incredible power hitter. Everything went south when he left New York, but he's the man. He was the man for 8 years. And rookie of the year, tons of home runs, awesome player to watch play.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he enjoyed some things off the field now. Immediately off the field, he had some. You don't know if you saw Iman over
Yeah.
here. Iman was.
He was sniffing that coke. Yeah, him and Doc was hitting that pipe and sniffing that coke. Like them cowboy days. We got to bring it back in sports. Maybe we'll get more champions.
All right, real quick then. Your pitching staff. You get two pitchers. You can do two starters, a starter and a closer, whatever you want. Who are your two Mets all time pitchers that you're going to end up rolling with here?
Greatest pitcher in Mets history, greatest Met in history. Uh, just unbelievable longevity, unbelievable talent. He's the man. And then second one, I wanted to go with Doc Gooden. I wanted to go with Jerry Koosman, but it's going to be Jacob DeGrom. Nobody was as good in those couple of seasons where he was at his best than anybody else. I mean, he is classic Mets pitcher. He's powerful. He struck guys out. He did it all. So he's definitely my other guy. So Seaver and DeGrom, they're the two pitchers.
Yeah, can't blame you. I mean, Jacob DeGrom. I mean, man, if the Mets just put a good lineup around that guy, I mean, he wouldn't be like a running joke of like calling people. I've been saying Jacob DeGrom syndrome. You just got an ERA next to the floor, but you can't get any wins chalked up next to you because your offense doesn't produce anything. He's just incredible. Seaver, another guy, like sub 3 ERA over his career, 300 plus games won. So just a great pitcher. DeGrom too, one of the most, I don't know if you call him underrated. Was it tough to leave Syndergaard off this list?
I love Noah Syndergaard, man. He and Matt Harvey are like two of the most Mets pitchers. They awesome for a short period of time. May have had some off-field issues, but incredible guys, incredible pitchers. I would love to have them on this list, but you got to put them behind Doc Gooden. You got to put them behind Jerry Koosman. You got to put them behind Al Leiter. But the Mets have been rich with pitching over the years. There's so many guys who could be on the list.
Yep, I totally understand. All right, well, before we let you bounce, if you got time still, we would love to get your take because you're a big MLB guy. We'd love to get your take quick on what you see is the toughest division in baseball this year. Who's going to win that toughest division in baseball this year? Let's start there.
It's the AL East, man. I know it's a broken record, but the AL East has, 4 teams that are really competitive. Also the Rays, but I think the Red Sox are going to do really well this year. I think the Blue Jays are running it back with a lot of talent. The Yankees are really running it back. They didn't add anybody, but they're still a great team. And then, Baltimore is always like kind of lurking. They really added to their rotation. So I think that division is going to be a real tough one. I predicted the Red Sox to come out of it this year. I don't know if it's going to be right, but it's going to be close.
Yeah, no, I totally hear you on that. I mean, the Yankees did nothing except re-sign Cody Bellinger to a massive deal and whatnot. And yeah, some other teams. I actually also was picking, we'll get into it after we let you bounce, but I also picked the AL East as the toughest. What about this? To wrap it up, best pitching rotation in baseball. Who you got this year?
I want to say the Mets, they're deep. I want to say some of these other teams. The Mariners look really good, but you're crazy if it's anybody other than the Dodgers. Yamamoto, Glasnow, Otani, Emmett Sheehan, amazing season last year. Roki Sasaki is not great. He's not going to stick in that rotation, but Blake Snell's going to come back. That's Cy Young on Cy Young on Cy Young. You gotta go with the Dodgers. The best lineup, best rotation, most money, most annoying team in baseball. Hate them.
So what you're saying is they're winning the World Series this year again. Is that what I'm hearing?
That's my pick. 3 in a row.
Gosh, that hurts the soul. Really hurts the soul.
I know.
All right, Brian. It is. I will let you bounce. I know you got to go, but I really appreciate you joining us for a little bit of MLB talk here and some Mets talk. Hope you're. I don't know if you follow Frank from Barstool, but he was throwing in the towel already on the Mets season in Game 1. He's just an erratic fan. I don't know if you follow him, Frank Fleming, Frank the Tank over at Barstool, but he's a hilarious Mets fan. If you're not following him, give him a good watch.
Well, thanks, guys. I appreciate you having me on. You guys are the best, and hope you guys enjoy the rest of the season.
Absolutely. You too. Thanks for everything you do for Sidelinr, Brian. Have a good one.
All right.
All righty. Good stuff out of Brian. Had some connection issues. we figured it out, though. Joey, I don't know if you want to join for this part, and we can just roll into the news desk afterwards. But I had some concluding thoughts on some of the stuff we talk about with baseball here. Iman, do you have anything? I would have let
Uh,
you join. We would have got deep into it, but he had to run, so
yeah,
we had to
no,
just fly through that.
listen, one thing for sure, two things for certain. I cannot go an episode without plugging in the guy from, guess who's from the 757, born in Norfolk, raised in Chesapeake, went to Hickory High. Mr. David Wright himself is from that area, baby. You know, we do it all and everything, goddammit. David Wright was born in Norfolk, where I was born. He was born the same year I was born, too, but he was raised in Chesapeake. All the good baseball players went to Hickory. He went to Hickory High in Chesapeake. I mean, you heard him himself. I can't make this shit up, man. We are just producers of elite, man. So
of course he did. Of course, the best player in Mets history is from your area. Just like I hear it once an episode at this point. Like I'm just waiting. We say a name, I'm just waiting for you to chime in. Like, guess where he's from?
I mean,
every episode, man.
I mean.
All right. Well, where do you guys stand on this? I don't know if y'all give thought to it. The toughest division in baseball this year. I did want to pick the NL Central because I think the Pirates are big time on the ups and ups. The Brewers and the Cubs are going to be no joke. I'm definitely fading the Cardinals, but they do have, some young talent to work with. Did you guys give any thought who's going to be the best division in baseball this year?
I guess I'll go first because I'm going to be quick. A coach a long time ago, my mentor used to tell me potential get coaches fired. So I don't go off potential. The best player in the major league is in the NL West. The defending champions is coming out of the NL West. I don't care I don't care how many teams you got this can compete. We got four. The best team with the best player is in the NL West, hardest division, because they're the champs.
You make a good point. So it's going to be very tough for anyone besides the Dodgers to come out of that division. I don't know, Joey, do you have a thought on the toughest division in baseball this year?
I got to go AL East. I know that's an easy answer, but it's I remember when it used to be the Yankees and nobody, right? And so it didn't matter. Like the Patriots and NFL and nobody. Now the Blue Jays coming off a World Series appearance. The Red Sox just missed a couple years back. The Orioles are in your neck of the woods, E-Man. Very good, too. And the Rays always find themselves there. So it could be a 3 or 4 horse race down the stretch here. I mean, these teams, I'm just looking from last year, these teams were really not separated by that many games in the standings. Mm-hmm. And I know the Dodgers are the, top seed, if you will, in all this. But from a clash-on-clash division, matchup-wise, this is going to be a fun one down the stretch. But it's day one, so we don't have to worry about it until September.
Yeah, and I really, really hate to just keep piling on, but it's definitely the AL East is the toughest division in baseball this year. I agree with you, man. The best team in baseball is coming out of the NL West, and there's no questions about it. They're the World Series winner, most likely the Dodgers. But if you stack up top to bottom, like there hasn't been a repeat champ in the AL East since 2021. Yankees and Blue Jays are 2 of the top 5 payrolls in baseball. The Orioles went on a spending spree with Pete Alonso and Shane Baz, kind of their big moves. And you think about the Red Sox, this is a team with the 7th most runs in baseball last year. They're a young team, only getting better. They're projected to finish 4th as a high 80s win team this year. And like you said, Joey, like they went 89 and 75 last year, finishing 3rd and getting a wild card spot between, the 294 and 68 teams. And now, of course, the Orioles, Red Sox, Yankees both start 1-0 this season. And I think the Blue Jays they're a Friday game to start their season. But it's an absolute ball buster of a division, man. It's going to be a bloodbath. Who do you got taken? We can all go through this. Of those AL East teams, who y'all taking to come out of there?
I'm going with the Yankees. I'm going with the Yankees this year. I think they're going to actually be better than everybody think they're going to be. That's why I think it's kind of scary that they didn't make a lot of moves. So I'm like, they believe in, and like I said, when the team believe in, everybody else believe in what they got. So I'm going with the pinstripe.
It's hard to bet against them. Joey, who you got coming out of the AL East then?
I got to go Blue Jays. They were a slide away from winning the World Series. So
it's true.
I can't fault it for that. They added Dylan Cease. They're for real.
Yeah, and I'm again, this is a broken record episode apparently, because I'm also picking the Blue Jays out of this one, and I'm in it for the lineup, like you said, with Dylan Cease, Kevin Gausman at the top of their lineup. I mean, Cease alone, that's a Cy Young candidate. Gausman he's a good pitcher. Eric Lauer has been really productive lately, and then you got Max Scherzer in there, and not to mention you got Shane Bieber, Jose Barrios, and Trey Savage I know you got those last three are kind of on the shelf to start the season here, but Trey Savage down the stretch in the playoffs was incredible for them, and this is going to be considered his rookie year still. So you got guys on the you have like 7-8 pitchers deep on this team, and that's leaving out Cody Ponce, who once upon a time was a top prospect for the Brewers, hasn't really done much in the MLB as of late, but a guy that they're saying is going to be someone that can a lot of potential. So there's this team runs deep. You're coming off barely winning the World Series, or barely just missing the World Series winning. Vlad Jr. went nuclear in that World Series, so he's got some unfinished business. And then just defensively, because it matters, this has been one of the most consistent, best defensive teams in baseball the last couple of years. So AL East, Blue Jays, it's going to be like that Duke, the region and Duke's in right now. Whoever comes out of that is going to be battle tested as all hell, and probably going to be standing to make another deep run. Yankees or Blue Jays, man. It's going to be you might have, and like you said with the Rays might be a wild card team that just misses because they're fourth place in their own division. Same with the O's, man. Like, this is crazy. They might have 5 of the best teams in the AL, and half of them won't make the playoffs, which is kind of crazy to think about. But all right, before we move off baseball and get to the news desk, one last thing that we asked Brian. I'm actually going to disagree with Brian on this one, as much as his answer is completely valid. The best rotation in baseball this year and why? Joya, do either you two have one, or Dodgers is a great answer?
That's what I said. I was going with the Dodgers again.
Who else can you choose?
Yeah, shit.
The Dodgers is the easy answer, but I'm going the Mariners, and this is not my hometown answer, being the Mariners in Seattle and getting to watch these games, but listen to this. They're bringing back their entire core of starting pitchers. There's no real pressure on them this season. You got Brian Wu coming off of an incredible year as a top 5 Cy Young candidate. Logan Gilbert and Brian Wu just both attack the strike zone like absolute demons. George Kirby's in the middle of that rotation, just does not walk people, and the dude's almost immune to throwing bad pitches or balls. Luis Castillo is still a great pitcher and almost just feels like a luxury at this point, coming off 162 strikeouts, 3.5 ERA, 11-8 record. Like, they have 4 dudes who could easily be at the top of their rotation, and that really sells it all. The key will be health. Wu got hurt, Gilbert got hurt, but when Gilbert is healthy, man, this dude's an absolute workhorse. Had an elite 32.3 strikeout percentage last season, or strikeout rate last season, is absurd. And only once in the last 4 years has he had an ERA dip under 3.45. So at the top of your rotation, as good as the Dodgers are, they also have 2 guys who are legit Cy Young dudes, right? Like, Wu is coming off a 2.97 ERA, a .93 WHIP in 186 innings last year, was 5th in Cy Young voting. And George Kirby's another guy. Like, he regressed last year. He's still only 28. You have to think in 2023, he finished as a top, I think he was 8th in Cy Young voting. So he's not some bluff. And then he comes back 2024 and finishes with a career best in strikeouts. Now, the biggest thing will be that number 5 spot for the Mariners. Bryce Miller. A lot of potential with this guy. Last year was not good, but he hit the IL twice last year. Didn't really perform anywhere near, he had a really dominant 2024. But this is a number 5 on this rotation who gave you a 2.94 ERA and 170 strikeouts 2 years ago now. That's simply unfair production from a number 5 pitcher, to where if he has a healthy year and he's back to that, and you got a 3 ERA type of dude as your 5, that's why, as easy as it is to say the Dodgers, and it's the right answer probably, the Mariners are no joke. This is a seriously good rotation that's returning everyone that matters. So, I'm not sleeping on that. And they're my World Series favorite, man. I'm still picking the Mariners to come out of the AL. I'm just going to be honest about it. I'm still picking them, man. I like what they did. I like you. When you got a rotation like that, you got one of the best closers in baseball. Really good lineup. Everyone's picking Julio Rodriguez to win MVP this year. That's my World Series favorite, man. And I know Brian's was the Dodgers. So you guys got your World Series favorites right now? Yes, no, maybe so.
Listen, outside of my bias, and I know we're not going to win the World Series, but Dodgers, I just can't. And even far as rotation, they don't have a big rotation, but the Tigers got one. They got a 1-2 punch, just like fucking Mike Tyson. So you got to think they'll be decent with 2. But I'm going with the Dodgers. They're going to win again. They just too much talent if they can stay healthy. And we know injuries come to play with every sport, but I'm going with the Dodgers.
So deep. All right, Joy, who do you got?
I think it's Mariners or Blue Jays. I think that whoever comes out of that side is going to get over the hump this time. I know the Dodgers look unbeatable, but those two teams are stacked. And also, I just want them to win. They deserve it. We need a new team up there than the Fighting Shohei's, even though he's unbelievable to watch.
Just a freak, man.
Because he's only going to get better. He's only going to get better.
Another shade of blue. We'll get the Mariners or the Blue Jays.
God, something. All right. Let's get into the news desk. What do we got, Joey, to walk us through it?
All right. Well, first off, before we get into the official list, just some college basketball as we go here. The Big Ten continues their dominance here. You got Nebraska losing to Iowa. So now Iowa's in the Elite Eight, and Purdue just knocked off Texas by a 2-point win.
Woo!
So you got Purdue and Iowa, again, not in the same region, but the two first teams advanced the Elite Eight, and they're both Big Ten teams. You got Illinois and Houston playing tonight, Arkansas, Arizona as well. But just quick thoughts on Purdue and Iowa advancing to the Elite Eight.
Yeah, it's such a shock because I'm telling you, coming in the tournament, everybody was talking about the Big 12 being this guy. I mean, just the dominant conference, and Big 10, just like in football, is starting to flex their muscle. But I feel bad for Texas. I wanted Texas to make that run. I mean, losing by 2 points, I'm like, I really wanted to see Texas keep going because I just love the Cinderella story. So Purdue and Iowa are like boring schools, but I mean, we'll see.
Yeah, man. I mean, Texas, shout out to them. Hell of a March Madness run. Purdue, like, shoot, man, they're usually kind of a letdown. And they're what was the final score of that game, did you say? I'm sorry. Joey, what was that final score
for which game?
The Purdue-Texas one?
79-77.
I mean, so that's what I'm saying, man. Like, Texas has played that well, that deep into this, and this was a first four team. And Purdue, like, this was the game that Purdue normally chokes away when they're always one of the top teams. So maybe this is the year for Purdue that they finally make that run that they've just kind of been waiting on, and they always disappoint, and everyone always picks them to run deep, and they're kind of like Arizona, never pull it off. Maybe this is the year for them. And then the old battle of the cornfields out there in Iowa and Nebraska, like, two teams I'd never in a million years. There's no way there's a single bracket in the world that had that matchup. There's no way. Is there even
Iowa has been the Elite Eight in almost 40 years.
Woo! It's a football school, and even then, it's not really.
No problem.
It was the Caitlin Clark school for 4 years, so I mean,
that's true.
Maybe she's donated some money, and they were able to use some of that to get some players or something. I would never have expected Iowa or Nebraska to be running and especially Nebraska never winning a game in the March Madness. This is crazy. I mean, but like I said, we said a long time ago, Big Ten was really, really battle tested this year. It was a damn good Big Ten comparatively to last Big Ten years or historical Big Ten years. A lot of battle tested teams that I guess it was bound to happen. Someone's going to make a run, and I'm just surprised it was one of these two. But
I just love the parity in all college sports now. That's why I'm glad NIL has came, because it's just giving programs life. Because I mean, anybody can win. You get one or two good players and a decent coach, and the sky's the limit. So I love the parity in college sports now. I hope it never goes back to nothing other than just, if you get the money to pay players, bring them in.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, that's the world we live. That's the world in which we live now. So, all right, what do we got up next?
All right, baseball. MLB opening day for majority of the league. What are some of our overreactions to today's results, if any? I got a few listed here, and Iman's got his Washington Nationals hat on.
Come on now.
So that's one on my list. They beat my Cubbies, the rebuilding Nationals.
That's a tough look. The Bregman debut.
Right, Bregman, PCA, Horner, Swanson, 3 for 13 on the day.
Oof.
So that's one on there. The second one, Pirates pull Paul Skeens after 1 inning. You pay all your money to see him on opening day. 5 runs, 4 hits, 2 walks, and a hit by pitch, plus dropped fly balls by his outfielder. So a rough day for him. Your Brew Crew, Mr. Churio, out 4 weeks with a fractured hand. That was a fun way to start the year. And Tigers' Kevin McGonigal, 4 hits in his debut, 21-year-old rookie, 4 for 5, 2 ribbies, 2 runs scored. Youngest player with 4 or more hits on opening day since Ken Griffey Jr. and Delino DeShields in the 90s. So those are some I had. You can react to those, or if you had any crazy other overreactions that we can say, the sky is falling, or this is going to be amazing on day 1 of 162.
Well, I'm going to make my overreaction, and I'm sliding Jacob the Mizorowski right into my tops for Cy Young candidacy this year, entering his first big full season in the big leagues, sets a Brewers opening day record with 11 strikeouts on a 58% whiff rate, topped out at 101.1 miles per hour. So this dude's still ripping gas down the pipe, and he got some strikeouts on some off speed, and that's the big thing with Miz. If he can just command the off speed, hit his spots, that's kind of where it got him in the trouble last year. Had a whole offseason to work on it, and if his off speed is a bit more in command this year, he's going to be absolutely unstoppable, because teams started to hit him knowing that fastball was coming. That was all that would be working for him. But if he's got a second pitch, man, and shoot, if he's got a second and a third pitch, it's going to be real hard to hit him, especially when he's throwing like that lengthy MF. But he looked so good out there on opening day for the Brewers. Through only 5 innings, mind you, the 11 strikeouts, only 1 earned, 2 hits, 3 walks. So I'm officially putting, and this is, mind you, this is after he gave up a home run. I believe he gave up a home run pretty early on to start the game. But I'm officially overreacting and putting Jacob Mizorowski in my NL Cy Young candidacy. Top 5 right now because of opening day. That's mine. But
well, I'm not going to overreact, but I'm going to just use any time that I can gloat because I know it's not going to last. I just, listen, I'll take one. That's all I need is a great win. I mean, our bats was rocking out. I mean, we had 3 home runs. So, listen, all I'm telling you, Joey, if I could get the first day, I'm okay. Because I know it's going to get ugly for us. It's going to get ugly for us sooner than later. But you see, I had to dust it off. I wish I had put my jersey on, but I just didn't want to change too early. But you see it. I'm overreacting for one day. That's all.
Joey, what about you? Is the world falling over there in Cubby Land after losing to the Nationals?
No, but it's funny this morning on all the talk shows, they're like, this team better sweep them or get 2 out of 3 or it's a failure. I'm like, guys, it's week 1.
Day 1.
Yeah.
Like day 1. Like, what are we doing here? So I'm sure tomorrow morning the sky will be falling, and then once they win a couple, everything will be okay. We have no winter sports here. They all suck. So everyone's focused now on baseball, and
it's true.
And that's where they're keeping all the attention on, because it's all we got.
Yeah, I mean,
except for my Illini, but we'll see how far that goes. Hopefully, I can wear this again next week.
We'll be seeing. Yeah, we'll find out real quick. I mean, hey, man, that Cubs lineup is way too stacked to fail. It feels like, and if PCA just figures out how to not strike out like an absolute clown like he was last year, and
Newly
he just
paid.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, like, if he just kind of gets his discipline on track a bit, sky's the limit, because we know how incredible he is on defense and whatnot. As much as he's just not, I hate looking at the guy. I hate seeing him. I hate looking at him. I hate that he's a Cub because he's damn good. I just don't like PCA at all. All right, but that's not the dish. He's really good. That's why I hate him. He's really good. All right, what do we got next?
NBA, Devontae Murray drops 53.
Woo!
Jokic almost had a 20-20-20 game, which is bananas. What is the Nuggets playoff ceiling this year with performances like that?
Hey, Iman, you still taking Jokic or the Shaq over Jokic or what?
So I'm telling you though, Austin, when somebody like Bam Adebayo scores 83, DeJounte Murray, and don't get me wrong, DeJounte Murray is a hooper, but in today's NBA, I think stats are super overrated. Like DeJounte Murray scoring 50, and Jokic's been good. I'm not knocking Jokic because Russell Westbrook did it a few years ago. The day Nipsey Hustle passed, he actually did 2020. But it's hard for me to say if Shaq was in this era of basketball that he wouldn't average 40, 20, and 10 because
it would be nuts.
I mean, did you see the Philly score the other day? It was 157 points. So
yeah.
I think the Nuggets, I mean, if Murray and Jokic could go on the run, I mean, I think they can beat anybody because Jokic is just, I mean, he's like Wemby to me. They're like unicorns. But, I mean, the NBA kind of just pissed me off sometimes because DeJounte Murray shouldn't be scoring 53 points. I'm just being honest.
I mean, so what do you think is their ceiling? Because I think the current projection is, I know we talked about the Lakers might see the Wolves, but I think it's the Nuggets might get matched up with the Wolves. in the first round, and then potentially see a who was I looking at? They could potentially see in the second round, maybe a Spurs team in the second round. So, do you think this is a playoff caliber team? Could they go all the way?
If they run into the Spurs, it's over. I think Wemby, his feet move too well. Jokic won't have, even though I think Jokic is big down low and he can kind of dominate Wembley, but I think Jokic is going to have an issue for 7 games with Wembley on defense. And I just think the Spurs have way too much. So if they run into them soon, no, I just don't. I think they're the 5th best team in the West right now. They're just not deep enough to me. And you know, them Trey and Michael Porter Jr., we thought Cam Johnson was going to be that guy, and he's kind of been lackluster. So, yeah, I want to say a first round exit for real.
Really, man, and the only reason why I'm sus on these Nuggets is that defense, man. Like you said it, they're 21st in the NBA in defense. You put that with against SGA or Luka or Wemby or Ant, and like these other teams are not bluffs. And when your defense is not good and you're relying on outscoring everyone, that only goes so far. I mean, there's other really good scoring teams you're going to run into, but I think they'll make past the first round. I honestly could see them winning in the second round. I don't see them in the NBA finals. As you know, obviously the thing is while their defense has sucked, their offense has been number 1 in basketball. They're leading the NBA in offensive rating, points a game. They're averaging 121. They're leading in 3-point percentage. They're top 10 in assists. So this is literally the definition of a team that's like, we're going to beat you by 1,000 cuts on offense. We don't care if you score a bunch, but we can score more than you, right? Like Jokic is insane. Murray's insane. And I think the problem for them is they haven't been healthy. I believe I was reading something earlier that this is the first time, late March, they're getting their full lineup together since November. It's crazy because Jokic, Murray, Aaron Gordon, Cam Johnson, Christian Braun, like Peyton Watson, all these guys have missed significant time this year. So they're just getting the band together, going into the playoffs at this point. I mean, and when you get Aaron Gordon, Murray, and Jokic all going, it's a hard unit to stop. And playoff Murray, man, if he's good to go, he's a lethal weapon out there. And he's having one of the best years of his career right now. And yes, I agree with you. Like, everyone's scoring a shitload of points in the NBA right now. Doesn't detract the fact that Murray's averaging 25 and 7 a game right now and having a great year. Just making things happen at the perimeter. So
I just hate teams that's dependent on 2 guys, though, man.
Gordon's a great 3, though. Good enough 3. He's a better 3 than just about most teams have right now.
I just think playoff basketball coaches are too smart to let 2 guys beat them. I mean, and granted, like I said, in today's NBA, I just think they're going to scheme against both of them winning. And Murray just hasn't proved since COVID in the bubble that he can make a fucking playoff run. He's been inconsistent in the playoffs since the bubble. So I just think they're so dependent on 2 guys being lights out every night. And I mean, Jokic is going to be Jokic, but I think Jokic is going to have to average 40, 15, and 10 for them to win it all.
I mean, that's where I was at. Like, if Aaron Gordon's healthy, if Jokic is healthy, because we know healthy Jokic in the playoffs, like those teams do some damage to anybody. So you need him to be on his game. You need Gordon to be healthy. You need playoff Jamal to show up, and you need the defense to tighten up and get better against the best teams in the NBA, which is going to be a big ask. So there is a lot of variance. I agree. I think the floor is a first round exit, no doubt, and I think the ceiling is a Western Conference exit. I don't think they're making a championship this year. I also don't have faith that they're staying healthy, so I don't trust them. I think that's the overarching. Neither of us seem to trust them, is what I'm hearing here. Joey, I don't know if you had any thoughts on this one about the Nuggets or anything.
No, it's just it's hard not to trust him when you got Jokic, right? It's just you never know, right? Like Luka willed his team to the finals in Dallas, and you never know how this works when you got a unicorn like that.
This is true. All right, what do we got up next?
College basketball. Will Wade returning to LSU. If you remember, 2019, he had in a little bit of trouble with the NCAA and was let go. Found his way around different coaching areas, then went to NC State. And then after 1 year said, bye-bye, I'm going to go back to LSU. And LSU basically has been courting him the entire time they've had Matt McMahon on staff, their current coach, to which
Interesting.
then they fired, and now are bringing Wade back. So it's just another one of those fun, really uncomfortable basketball coaching moves, especially when you're, going back to your ex here, like LSU is.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting. So I don't know the whole situation. So they fired McMahon, right? And then they brought back Wade pretty much right after he just dipped out of NC State. Is that kind of how it all went down?
Yeah.
Okay, which is funny because I remember seeing something that he was dismissing every LSU rumor imaginable.
Of course.
Yeah. Oh, no, I'm not leaving NC State. Yeah, why would I leave here? I'm very clear and excited to be at NC State. And what happens? He just Lane Kiffin that school in a big time way, which is funny. LSU got another. That's okay. Anyways, yeah, I mean, I love the drama. Because he must have got a big ass buyout too. Because I think I was seeing something that he had a 6-year deal. Sorry, I'm just pulling up the article I was reading. 6-year contract, $17 million with NC State. Sheesh, that's gonna be a hell of a buyout, man. Called for a $5 million buyout if he left before April 1st, and a $3 million after that. Oof. So, but best job in college sports remains being a coach who leaves or gets fired from your program because you get paid big money just to go somewhere else and get paid big money. Go for him, man. That's it.
Yeah, and I mean, I tell people all the time, college. That's why I tell all these young athletes who call me and ask me, "Hey, should I leave and go get more money?" Yes, because if they get it, they gone. And I mean, can he coach? Yes, but that's just the landscape of sports now. These coaches are gonna leave for more money every chance. And I mean, I do think LSU is a better. Well, I don't know, because I think NC State has a better kind of pedigree when it comes to basketball. But I mean, more money. Listen, they following the money, man.
Yeah, it sounds like just this article I'm reading that LSU is reportedly pushing additional NIL resources towards just going all in, chips to the center of the table to just load up Wade with talent. So I think they're just like their start of their all in move. And because I was gonna say, like, where's LSU in this March? I don't see him in the tourney. So it's gonna be a lift, but it sounds like they're gonna just dump resources into, like you said earlier, you man, like just spend money. That's all it's about now. If you're gonna do it, you're probably gonna end up a really good basketball team or football team. Like, doesn't matter where you were last year. It takes one offseason now to turn it all around in college sports, which is, one of those things that we have to live with now. But all right, what's up next?
A sports gambling topic I want to get your guys' opinion on. So earlier this week, there was a big case regarding social media and its effect on kids. We all know there's horrible effects on youth with social media. And so the people that were suing actually won the suit, that it was, addictive and has really bad mental health on it. So the same attorney involved just accused sportsbooks and is suing FanDuel and DraftKings for the same idea, that their methods on sports gambling are as addictive and bad as social media is, and they're causing people to have gambling addictions. So my question is here, like, does this have any weight in the gambling and in the sports gambling world? Is it just another thing, like, people got to take care of their own stuff, just like you may have another problem with any vices you may have? But it's interesting. We're kind of see these the floodgates open with sports betting, and then now there's poking holes. You used to have the Kalshi stuff last week. You got the poly market stuff. Now you got attorneys here getting off to DraftKings and sport and the other sports books. So it's the Wild West, but it's a very interesting Wild West for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm an avid gambler.
It's healthy. That's a healthy admission.
This is the thing, but I'm not addicted because I go 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and won't put a bet in just because I feel it, I don't feel it, and I'm old enough to be able to kind of dictate when But now the one thing I do say, when I was in high school, I mean, we rolled craps, we played CeeLo, we played like poker and shit. But now that I'm in the schools, like more and more kids, and we know you got to be 18, but they just get IDs, and more kids are gambling now. And I think it's because everybody promotes Prize Picks. I mean, Prize Pick ads are on every fucking podcast, every fucking show. I mean, FanDuel, ESPN. You cannot watch SportsCenter without seeing Bet365. So I do think they're pushing that shit because they're making so much money with it, and they know that kids don't have any fucking, I mean, they don't have any limits or boundaries. They just gonna keep going and not understand it. So I think it's something there, but even just like crack, I tell people, just don't buy it. I mean, you know it's gonna feel good once you hit that pipe. Don't buy it. You know what I'm saying? Because people gonna continue. You got to think it's been a war against drugs for 60 years. People still sniffing coke. People still shooting heroin because it's like an inevitable thing in America. So I just think gambling is part of being America. I love it, but I have a hold on it. So I can't say that. I would never bet my rent money or nothing like that. I mean, my girl would fucking kill me if she found out anyway. So I have a hold on it.
And I think it's so interesting and true, like, because let's say, okay, when we were in high school, I know, Iman, you're a little older than us, but, like, if you wanted to bet on something, then we're going to let you walk into a OBT or a sports book, which barely even existed then, because you're a child. Now, it's like, oh, I can just do it on my phone, and it looks like Monopoly money, and I can get my fake through this portal. Oh, then I can bet like it's a game, and it's no problem. It's like I'm playing Candy Crush. That's the difference. That's what makes it scary for kids. Adults, I guess, a different animal. This is where people can get on it early, and especially when it's pumped at you. Bet.
Yeah, and I'm totally anti this, how this market has taken over sports, how it's taken over sports analysts. Like, I hate it. It's just not how sports should be covered. It's like, well, these guys are plus 200, so we should. That's just not sports analysts. Like John Madden rolling in his grave over this shit. And with the kids aspect of it, man, like, they make it so easy. You know who doesn't have money? Kids. So you know what we're gonna do? Hey, $10 in, we'll get you $10. We'll kick you over an extra $10. You just deposit $10. We know you got $10, even though you're really young. Like, every kid's at least got $10. 18, 19-year-old. Well, I even shoot in college. There was a time I did not have even $10. So, but I would find it and spend it on something really stupid because I didn't know better at the time. And so that's where I think it's really dangerous, because they make everything, the initial buy-ins to get money back or some reward, just like $10. Because like even now when I go to like Vegas or something and I see a $50 blackjack table, I ain't doing it. That's stupid. I'm gonna lose my money immediately. But if I see a $20 table or $25 table, you betcha. So it's just like you cheap it down to something that you know your target audience can afford, and then you make it really addicting like anything else. And it's unfortunate. It's got a stranglehold on all of sports that it will never go away at this point. And it sucks that it's got like, this thing is so malleable and just variable that, like, underdogs going through it right now with all the layoffs. One day it's underdog, the next day it's a different sports betting company, because now the prediction markets are in. Now you got MLB partnering with prediction markets. And it's just, it's unfortunate. Like, I don't think it doesn't do anything to help the sport, doesn't do anything to help cover the sport. All it does is make people more sticky in their, it makes following along with the sport more sticky, because people, it's one of the most addictive things. It's an addictive substance. It's a drug. And, it's unfortunate. It's like big tobacco or big sugar or big whatever. It's got such a stranglehold. No matter how much you hate it and want it to go away, it's so intertwined into it now that we're just stuck with it. And it's really unfortunate. I hope something comes of this. I would love to see less of this shit when I'm trying to watch sports. I would love for people to actually do something a little bit more than just look at betting odds and betting lines and determine like an actual, because again, if we all know this shit's rigged. We all know like people got stuff and agents say things. And, when Hubert Davis got fired, the first thing I saw was prediction market come out and saying Phil Jackson is the favorite to win that job. It's like, so you're now like, there's nothing behind that. There's no real credibility to that. And so now you got that, you're putting that onto the ether, and guess what kids are going to go do? They're going to go put real money on that your prediction market is putting out into the ether with nothing. And that's the type of shit that is so dangerous, especially when you got agents who pump bullshit all the time. It's smoke and mirrors all the time coming from agents, and then prediction markets hammer on that, and then people make bets on it and lose shit and loads of money all the time. House always wins, baby. It's been the rules ever since day one. House
Man,
always wins.
the mob then turned from sheets they writing on to apps, and that's just how that shit go. I'm telling you, the mob went underground and got apps, and the only thing, like you said, everybody think they can turn 10 into $2,000. Like I be seeing some of these kids fucking parlays. Like, bro, you're not gonna hit a 25 parlay every week. You might hit once every 5 years. So, I mean, and like I'm telling you, even not on non-sports shows, because I was listening to something the other day and a Prize Pick ad came on, and I'm like, fuck, this is not even sports, and it's a Prize Pick ad. It was something far left from sports that it was a podcast I was listening to, and they had a Prize Pick ad. I said, oh shit.
I mean, I'm not sure anyone listening, but we do have, I do not pick the ads. None of us pick the ads that run on the audio version, but I have listened and I've heard some like Kalshi ads come on, and I was like, just so you know, I don't pick that. No one picks that. So if you hear it, and now I'm hearing bashing all this shit at the same point. I hope an ad comes on right after this or right before this conversation. That'd be hilarious. It'd be a great time. And also, I'm very distracted by Joey's cat in the background. It's hilarious.
Yeah, it's
He's
all
just out.
good.
Yeah,
if they want some good picks, they should hit me up. I'm telling you, I should do a segment. I've been on an unbelievable run. I'm being honest.
If you put money on Hubert Davis, you'd be a rich man right now. You called the days before.
I fucking lost tonight, though. I just looked fucking Towns. All he had to get was 10 points and 10 rebounds. He had 13 points and 3 fucking 7-foot guy got 3 rebounds in the NBA game.
That's just how this shit goes, man. Like that. It's always like of course, the one night I bet on them. That's how it goes in fantasy. That's how it goes in betting. So yeah, I mean, I'd be extremely happy if it somehow was less entwined in sports. I'm hopeful. Yeah. I'm hopeful. All right, what do we got next?
All right, last one for you. If we thought Aaron Rodgers' relationship with his family was bad, we got it. We got a new candidate here. All right, Phillies third baseman Alec Bohm. It's opening day. Everyone's excited. He has a homer in the game tonight. But the story comes out that he's accusing his parents of moving millions of dollars from his account to their account. And basically cutting off his access to money that he's made from his career and using it for whatever they wanted to use it for. They're denying it. He's seeking $3 million in damages as we sit here today. But that's a really good family dynamic we got going. That'll be a fun holiday seaon next year for sure.
Hey, Joey, have y'all ever heard of the Menendez brothers? 3. Oh yeah, okay. Let my mama or dad. Okay, play with me like that, and I'm gonna have me a Netflix fucking series. I promise you.
Yep.
I'm not playing with my parents like that because I'm pretty sure anything they ever asked him for, he probably was generous. Because to even have access to his account is probably like, I'm giving y'all freedom to kind of do your. I'm telling you what's gonna happen. Menendez brothers play. Okay,
you're gonna have a documentary in no time about
it. Will be. I'm telling you, it will be.
I mean, I don't know the full story of it. I think there's a situation where his parents were maybe managing his money a little bit, something like that, and he's suing that allegedly they mismanagement, whatever it all is. But gonna be one hell of a family reunion. He might clean out his room at home. I don't know if he's still got all of his little 5th grade trophies up in his room. He might clean it out, take it over to his nice crib that he's got. But this won't be the first time, man. How many times guy gets real rich on his athletic career and then people start showing up, asking for certain things and wanting certain things. And I don't know. It's a weird one, man. I saw the story and I was like, man, if I was sitting in his shoes and I think one of my parents was meddling in my funds, I don't even know what I would say. Like, I don't know what I would say to my mom and dad if I thought that they were robbing me of $3 million or screwing me out of it, whatever they did with the money. Good luck, brother. That's all I gotta say. Good luck.
It's so sad because not only that is like that'll fuck your whole trust up with the world if your parents rob you. It's like he's gonna have to get some therapy because it's gonna be hard for him to trust anybody to relate. He probably got kids. I mean, that's just it's not worth it to me. I mean, I just don't think it's worth it to fuck your son's head up like that over no money. Like, he's rich. I mean,
I don't know. Maybe it is that he lets them manage his money, and maybe they made some real poor investments, and maybe that money has dwindled down to has gone from 3 million to something a lot smaller than that. So I don't know the extent of it, but I was thinking about, I was like, I don't even know how to approach the conversation. I'd be pissed as all hell, red in the face, mad, boiling. Yeah, throwing it up. Hey, we might not be family after tonight. It was like one of those things. But yeah, all right. Let's wrap it there. I know Joey's gonna be on edge watching the Illini play some basketball. So
ILL.
Good luck to you on that. Must be nice to still have a team in the tournament.
Yes, I know. God damn.
Must be nice. All right. Enjoy the Sweet 16s, the final rounds of the March Madness. Until then, we will see you next week on another episode of Talk About Social. See you.